Hi everyone, Gemma here. Thank you for watching today. So in this video we're going to be making this 5x7 pop-up card. So as you can see, it all folds down flat. You just maneuver the front and it'll stand up unaided. It shows all that gorgeous detail with the stamped images, the happy birthday. I've added some nouveau drops, got the bunting in the background, and I just think this is a fabulous teenage card. You've got sort of all the gaming elements, mobile phone, football, cap, t-shirts, glasses, computer screen, so on. So many lovely elements just show off sort of their particular hobby or, you know, interest that they enjoy. So we'll start by making the card base. So all the products in today's video is from Made to Surprise. So I'm going to be using the pop-up bouquet 6x6 mechanism for the card base, and then I've got the front there with happy birthday and some nouveau drops, and that's using the sentiment stamp set from Showstoppers 3. So this large happy birthday. I'll set those to one side and then I'll talk you through the sort of decorative elements shortly. So I've manually cut a piece of 5x7 and then a matte piece which is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. I've used the mechanism die to cut one of the larger panels. So you've got these three sort of apertures, and then 3 of these pieces. So I've placed them in my scoreboard and I've reinforced those score lines. So we're just going to fold and burnish. So you've got some fragile pieces just here. Just be careful when you're folding those over. Just realised I haven't scored that in a score line, so I'll just bring in my scoreboard again and line that up. So I'm using 300 GSM cardstock, so I definitely advise using your scoreboard for heavier weight. So really simple, just line that up by eye and just score. So when folding these, I like to go sort of on the inside and use my mat, if you will, to add the pressure to that one side. I just think it helps fold it over where you haven't got a lot of cardstock in between those lines. Okay, I'm going to fold over my 3 side panels as well. Just trying to remind myself of which direction the tabs need to go. So this is sort of the front edge of the card with these 3 slots. I'm going to flip them over so they're at the bottom, and these tab pieces are sort of pointing towards me. I've then got my tab pieces. So this is the good side of the cardstock where we folded there, and they need to be attached to this tab here and this tab facing us. Hopefully that makes sense. So you want to run some glue along this section here. I'm going to take my tab and line that up to that score line, and the sides should marry up with this panel piece, and just fold that over. So we've got this tab here. I've popped my panel in there and then folded it back to attach it together. So we've got this movement here. So hopefully that's making sense. So run glue along the tab line that up to each side, just fold that over. Do the same for the last panel. So if you don't make sure that that's in the center, you're going to have some of the sides overhanging there. You don't want that. So now we're going to fold these tabs back on itself, like so. Appreciate it's on white, so apologies for that. And then you've got these 3 tabs here, which you're going to add glue to. And then fold on this sort of score line here. So you've got the top score line, next score line, the third. Fold that back on itself. Press those tabs into place. And then you should open it up to this piece here. So these tabs are going to attach to this panel that we've manually cut, and then we've got these 3 slots then to add our decorative elements. So I'm just flipping this over where we've got those 2 tabs that I said we're going to use to attach to the back panel. I'm going to add glue along both, and then make sure you've got your slots at the top here. Place this in the center and line that up to that bottom edge, so you've got equal overhang each side, and then just press that down. I'm just going to hold that in place a moment, give that some time to grab. And then I've got this additional panel that I've manually cut and stamped Happy Birthday. So this measures 4 7/8 by 2 1/2. That's going to sit on the front there. Not that panel, this panel, sorry. So when this pops out, it'll stand up like so. And then we'll have this nice panel at the front. I'm just going to attach that with some clal glue so you've got a nice strong piece at the front. And then I'm going to talk you through all the elements that I've stamped and coloured. So I'll just show you all the decorative pieces that I've prepared. So I've stamped and coloured several images, and they're all from the Showstoppers 3 collection. So I've got Dress Him Up, Sporting Moments, and Hobbies Galore. So there's various stamps across those 3 sets. Then this bunting die that I've used to decorate the top here is from the Sweets Editions die set. And then I've also cut some letters using the Chunky Alphabet die set. So I've got some strips of acetate, and I'm just going to have these sort of images popping out the top. So I'd suggest adding your back ones first, so that when you fold this down you don't want it overhanging at the top of the card, and you can sort of line up everything else around that then. So I'll sort of talk you through the process, and then I'm going to have a bit of a play and work on sort of the display, if you will. So I've just cut some 1/2 inch acetate strips. The length of this, I guess, doesn't really matter as long as you've got enough to fit inside the sort of pop-up box and enough to hold your piece. As I said, cut several of those. So I'm going to add some red tape to the acetate strip, attach my stamped element, and then also add another bit inside, line it up where you want it, and then if you look inside this box here, you've got panels just inside here, so you want to attach those to the front panel. So as I said, I'm just going to have a little bit of a play now and attach those all on the inside. So you've got those 3 slots. Work out the height for your back piece first, and then everything else will fit in. So there's the final card. I think it's turned out really well. So it all folds down flat and it'll fit in a 5x7 envelope, and then you just bring the front up and it'll stand up unaided. Just sort of wiggle it into place and then it'll stand unaided. I think from the front it looks really full, lots of detail. Really like this colour palette, and it's to match with a trio of chocolates for my nephew's birthday, so there'll be a video on that as well to follow. I hope you've enjoyed today's video from me. If you have, please hit that like button, leave a comment, or consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future tutorials. As I said previously, any products used in today's video will be listed in the description box below. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.